to another video. Some of you guys might have been waiting a long time for this video, and that is what I ate whenever I was in Thailand as a vegan. So basically my trip to Thailand was not about food. I know some people when they're going traveling, it's all about food. They look up all the restaurants to go to and they get really excited about it. They have these ideas of where they're going to go. And I know some people do that for Thailand as well. Like if they're going to go to Bangkok, they'll go to like vegan restaurants in Bangkok and stuff like that. And I didn't want to do this, and also I was traveling with a friend who isn't vegan, so I knew she was definitely not going to be interested in that. And for me, going to Thailand was about an adventure. I wanted to experience the nightlife and the culture and go to beaches. I honestly could not have cared less about food. Like I could have been eating boiled rice the entire time and I still would have been enjoying myself because it was about the adventure. I also had a super limited budget, but I actually ended up eating so much amazing food. So I didn't do any prep. I didn't look up any vegan restaurants before I left Berlin. But one thing I did do is I went on Happy Cow, and Happy Cow have little cards for every single language, and they'll say, you know, like, can I have vegan food please? No egg, no milk, no honey, or whatever it says on it. So I had got one of those in the Thai language, and I downloaded it and cut it out and put it into my wallet, into my purse. So that was something that was helpful, but I didn't actually end up using it. I like gave it to 1 or 2 people, and then they were just like, didn't really understand what it was saying or something. I'm not really sure, but it didn't work out as something that I used or that was ever useful to me. But it might be useful to you, and it's definitely something I would recommend checking out, like no matter what country you're going to. So the main thing that I ate whenever I was traveling, and my friend too, was mainly pad thai. So pad thai is this noodle dish. It's rice noodles. It has like chili in it. It has garlic and bean sprouts and just like vegetables, and it's so delicious, and it's served with fresh lime, which you squeeze on yourself, and also some peanuts and some extra chili if you want, and you can add soy sauce and things like that. It's so delicious, and it is so cheap. This is like the cheapest meal you can get. Everybody eats pad thai when they're traveling. You can get it as a meat version, so you can get chicken in it, or you can get it as a vegetarian version, which is just egg, and that's typically the way that it's made. It's made with egg. So every time I was ordering pad thai, I asked, can I have vegetarian pad thai, just vegetable, no egg? And this was how I ate vegan for about the equivalent of maybe like €1 for most of my main meals, and it was so good. Like pad thai, honestly, I just miss it, and I definitely have to go to a Thai restaurant here because it's so good. I would definitely recommend trying it, especially if you're on a budget. So another amazing meal you can get that's vegan, typically vegan, is vegetarian spring rolls, and these are pretty cheap as well, and you can get them in like every restaurant basically, and they're just like little pastries with vegetables inside and maybe rice noodles or rice. I've seen them both ways, and you get sweet chili sauce to dip it in, and this is so good. We got this a few times whenever we were indulging, like we wanted a starter alongside our pad thai, and it was so good. They are very oily, they are deep fried, but they're really good, and I walked a lot, so I was eating a lot of oily stuff. Gotta keep that energy up. Another amazing vegan dish is green curry. So green curry does not contain egg in it, whereas some of the other sauces like red curry and stuff, I think the woman told me that they do contain egg. So green curry is just made out of vegetables, fresh herbs, spices, and also coconut milk, and it is so good. I just ordered this with rice. It's extremely filling because it's coconut milk, but it really made a nice change from pad thai, but it was about like 3 times the price of pad thai, so I didn't get it like a lot, but I got it a couple of times. So like eating Thai food is the cheapest way to do it, and it is definitely the most delicious. But whenever you are in extreme heat, like some days it was like 30+ degrees Celsius, whenever you're in that temperature and you're constantly eating spicy food, like maybe lunch and dinner, and sometimes we would even have like pad thai like 3 times a day or something, this really takes its toll on your digestive system. People just get dodgy stomachs anyway when they're in Thailand because of the water, and you just don't want to have spicy food sometimes. So this is why sometimes I had European food. I seen someone commented on one of my vlogs and was like, what? Why are you eating a salad with rice? Why are you not eating the Thai food? Well, I did eat the Thai food most of the time, but sometimes after, you know, being in the sea and sunbathing all day, having some steamed rice and a fresh salad was honestly the best thing that I could have got. Now this is so much more expensive. Getting a little portion of steamed rice is so cheap. I got like a couple steamed portions of rice, but when you buy the salad, because it's all like fresh, and honestly like tomatoes taste insane. I don't know what way they're grown out there, but they're so much better than tomatoes that we get here. But yeah, the salad is going to be like 3 times the price of pad thai, but whenever you have a dodgy stomach already, honestly, it's so worth it. And then some other times whenever I wanted something cheaper or just something more filling, I got some French fries, which were awesome. I could get French fries in a lot of places on the islands. So fruit and shakes. So before I went to Thailand, I heard everyone saying, oh my god, the fruit in Thailand is insane, you're gonna just want to eat fruit the whole time. And yeah, maybe this is true if you're like up north or something, but when you're in the islands, on the islands, traveling around all the time, like, and changing your location every 2 days, you're not going to go out of your way to go to a market. And I thought that I would just stumble across like fruit like everywhere, but honestly, like, they don't even really have proper supermarkets, and they have 7-Elevens everywhere which don't sell fruit apart from like dried fruit and maybe like a couple small bananas, and I mean small, like this size. So I did not see much fruit. It was only whenever I was on islands like Koh Phangan, which I actually saw big fruit stalls. I know other places do have fruit markets, but we were really on a budget and we had to walk everywhere, so I wasn't going to walk like 3 kilometers to buy fruit. And I also like saw that fruit was not really that cheap. Like, a couple pieces of fruit would cost the same amount as going and getting a pad thai. So fruit for me was not something I really ate when I was in Thailand, but I did have it a couple times, and the pineapple was honestly insane, like so good. And we also got a lot of fruit shakes. So basically what a fruit shake is it's just like ice and like 1 banana maybe mixed up, and it's so refreshing. Just make sure you say no milk and maybe say no sugar, because in some places they actually pour like syrup in. And it's not because I didn't want the sugar or anything, but one time we got it by accident and the drink was so disgusting that we had to throw it in the bin. Like, it just tasted so gross, so I would definitely not recommend that. But yeah, shakes are gonna be your go-to thing, especially when you're on the islands, because they are so yummy and refreshing. Another amazing thing for the heat is coconut ice cream. So we got coconut ice cream a couple times, and this is actually like branded as dairy-free and sugar-free on the signs, and when you walk past, the people are shouting like dairy-free, sugar-free, coconut ice cream, things like that. So it was vegan, which is so awesome when something's just like accidentally vegan like that, because it's made with coconut milk instead of dairy milk. And it comes served in a coconut, so we did get that a couple times. We did indulge in that, and it was so good. I would have got it every day if I'd had a bigger budget, but honestly I didn't. So if I'd got it every day, I wouldn't have been able to eat real food, so that's why I only got it a couple times. So now on to vegan restaurants, which is what you guys probably wanted to know about. And I said at the beginning of this video, I did not go out there with intentions of looking for vegan restaurants. I didn't look anything up at all, but I did happen to stumble across a couple vegan restaurants just by chance, which is so awesome, because I feel like if you actually went there and did research, you would find loads of vegan restaurants, seeing as I can stumble across them by accident. That being said, we walked everywhere, like we walked around like all the islands and everything, so if there was going to be a vegan restaurant, I would have walked past it, you know what I mean? But anyway, in Bangkok, we found a little vegan restaurant, and this is because it's the religion, I think it's the religion, correct me if I'm wrong, and it looks like a 17. It's called like J, and it looks like the symbol like the symbol looks like a 17, and this means that the food has no animal products. It's like a religious thing. And so we stumbled across one of those in Bangkok, and they had things like tofu scramble and like soya meat and pasta and noodles and rice and like all these really cool things. So we just got a plate. It was like a mix and match thing, and that was really good. So definitely look out for that symbol that looks like a 17. It's like yellow, and then the 17's in like red, and yeah, it's really cool. So then whenever we were in Koh Lanta, we were actually going to the animal sanctuary, the dog and cat animal sanctuary, and we stumbled across a vegan restaurant which was really strategically placed beside the animal sanctuary, because obviously they know people care about animals, so they want to come get vegan food. And this is where I managed to try a raw vegan pad thai, which was awesome. It was so good. Like the noodles were replaced with like carrots and like shredded cabbage and things like that, and it was so yummy. And also my friend got some spring rolls there, and they were so good. And this place was actually awesome. I would definitely recommend it. It was not more expensive than normal restaurants, and it was so clean. And also we got to sit like on our bums on cushions, like in these little huts, which was so awesome. And that brings me to my last place, which is Koh Phangan, which was the place that I found the most vegan food. So there's this place called Pantip food market in the Thong Sala area, and that wasn't that far away from where I was staying. It was like an hour's walk away, so we did go like every single night. And it had things like vegan burritos and falafel plates, and it even had a vegan restaurant that had like tofu burgers and tofu scramble and all of that, which was so cool. And Koh Phangan was actually the only place that I seen like loads and loads of fruit stalls like everywhere, and they have loads of yoga there, and they have actually like a couple health food stores which I hadn't seen anywhere else in Thailand. I just hadn't stumbled across any other ones. So Koh Phangan was definitely a cool place for vegans. I really ate my fill here. I even got like little like alcohol ice lollies that were like marked vegan and 100% natural, which was so cool. So guys, I hope you liked this video. If you're going to Thailand, you're gonna love it. I wouldn't ever advise anyone to, I know vegans can get pretty stressed out, like you do get stressed when you're going somewhere that they won't have anything that you can eat, but honestly just go with the flow. Like if needs be, you can live off of rice. Life's about like an adventure. It's not about constantly stressing out about food. And I had an amazing time in Thailand. I got so much food. As I said, it basically lived off of shakes, fries, and pad thai and rice and salad, and it was so good. I loved it so much. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave me any questions below, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!